Okay, I'm back out here on the fence project this morning. Gonna measure between my posts, one end to the other, and break that down and see how many T-posts I need and mark them off. And I've got a few old T-posts around here I'm gonna use, so I may even be able to set a few of those today. So I want to get a measurement from this post right here to that closest post down there, see how many feet we have in there. Break it down. I like to keep my T-post between 10 and 12 feet. Let's see how many it's going to take. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a line post in the middle or not. It's 300 feet, and I think on this other one I put a line post every 250 feet. So I may just run T-posts all the way through here. So I went down every 12 feet. I put a little mark on the wire all the way down. Came out a little bit off. When I got to the very last one, it was only about 10 foot between the last mark and the last post. So those last 5 or 6 posts, I just fudged them a little bit to get them close. What I have to do now is come in here with my drill and just kind of on the right side of that wire put a hole. That's always a difficult part for me by myself, because that bit always tends to want to walk away from where you're trying to drill. It's nice to have a second person here to kind of watch and hold that bit in place right when you get started. Once you get it started, you're okay. But it may not be perfect, but this fence is actually probably about a good foot or so on my side of the property line. The property line's probably more over here, so it's not really going to matter. Just I like for it to look a little nicer and be straight. And this bottom wire, I didn't get it really tight. It's tight enough for just for a line, but once we go to pulling the other 8 wires, we're going to get them much tighter. In fact, we'll get them to where we'll probably break 1 or 2 of them till we figure out exactly, or till I figure out exactly how tight to get them. There's my auger drive, and here's the bit I'm using. This is a 2-inch bit. It's called a puffer bit. Works really well like in concrete or solid rock. I don't know the science behind it. It's kind of strange, but you just get the drilling, and as it goes down, I think heat or something builds up down the hole, and every once in a while it'll blow a huge plume of dust out of there. You don't want to be standing right by it or you'll get dusty. Takes a little while, but it works good. Probably won't work really good in this area because where we're at right here is going to be caliche, but it's a hard caliche, but it's not a solid rock, so it doesn't work quite as good in that. But it'll still drill a hole, and it works a lot better than beating them in with a T-post driver by hand. Well, I'm just about out of fuel, my skid steer, and I have 5 gallons of diesel here, but this spout is leaking. It doesn't fit right on that can. This is a can I had at the house that I filled up earlier, and it's leaking really bad. The O-ring in there is broke, and I don't want to make a big mess with diesel here to try to get it in the tank. So I think I have another can, I know I do, up at the shed, so I'm going to walk up there and get it. And see if the spout is better on it. I don't know if you can make this out, but you can see where something slid across the road here after I drove through. Obviously a snake, because I don't see any other kind of tracks. Like if it had been a possum dragging its tail, you'd see some tracks, but see, it came from here, and you see it. So I don't know if it came from that direction and went down there, or came from that direction and went up there. But it's warmed up quite a bit, so I can believe there'd be some snakes out. Just really need to be careful. We do have diamondback rattlesnakes, and there's been not many killed out here, but a few. Copperheads, a rare sighting every once in a while. And I don't see anything else out here, but could be just some kind of mouse snake, rat snake. No telling what. Gotta kind of watch where I step. Okay, I've got 16.5 holes drilled, and I have 5.5 more to go. That one's half drilled because I was afraid I was going to run out of fuel. I quit drilling on it and went and got some fuel. I'll finish it up and do the other 5, and we'll be done with the hole drilling on this stretch. We'll start putting our T-posts in, get them into the kind of a uniform depth, and start tying our wire, our bottom wire. Got my T-post all in the ground, driven down to where I want them. Basically what I did, I took these posts, they're all different lengths. Some are 5.5 foot, some are 6, and some are 6.5. But they'll all work just fine. What I did, I measured down from the top of the T-post 50 inches. And you can see down there I put a little paint mark. And drove that post in to where the paint mark is pretty close to the wire, that bottom wire. That bottom wire is laying really uniform. I like the way it's laying. A few places I have to lift it up. And when I drove the posts in those spots, I kept that in mind and left the mark a little above the wire. I'm not worried about the bottom wire being perfectly uniform, or the bottom 4 wires being perfectly uniform. They might be a little, some places closer to each other than others. But as long as the top wire, when I'm done, the top, say 4 or 5 wires are going to look kind of uniform, because that's what you'll see. Not that it really matters much. Just when I'm done, I want it to look decent. And I know these are old posts. And again, I'm going to spray them down with Rust-Oleum paint, paint them all black like I did the first section, and they'll look just fine. What I'm going to do next, next wire I run will probably be the top wire. I'll run it, and when I tie it on, I'll make sure all my T-posts are level, plumb, straight up and down, and where my top wire looks real uniform going across there. And then all the other wires, I'll start back from the bottom, but I'll kind of measure down from the top one, because I have a certain sequence, you know, where I put the 9 wires. The bottom ones are real close together, and the top 2 especially, I like them 10 inches at least apart. That way if a deer jumps over the fence and his back hooves hook that top wire, they can flip back out and not get spooled up in that second wire. A lot of people, they put those 2 top wires too close together, and that's how the deer get their back legs caught in there. So far, this fence I did last year down the way there. I don't know if you can see that. I've seen lots of deer jump that fence, and nothing has gotten caught in there, so I like doing it that way.